Hi everybody and welcome back to my basement. Today I'm gonna review this cool drone right here, but first of all I'm wearing my Rimzler shirt I made a couple of years ago, and I found this in my wardrobe and I was like, damn, that thing was really cool, cause this logo shines when there is a light pointed at it. Like, yeah, it doesn't really show in camera, but when you have like, you're walking in the streets at night and there is like a car headlight pointing at you, this thing really lights up, it's crazy. And I don't know, I was thinking about making this a real product and sell it, and let me know if you think this is cool, cause I wanna have some feedback, you know. But let's jump into the review, shall we? So, this is the NamelessRC Powerstick, and this, as you can see, is inspired by Kebab FPV. And Kebab FPV is a big YouTuber, and I guess he is the one who designed the first toothpicks, and he's the father of toothpicks, basically. So, let's open the box, and actually, box-wise, this is one of the worst boxes I ever seen. Like, it's a regular cardboard box. Oh, but if it helps save money, well be. Let's see what's inside. And here is the box, and as you can see, it's really cheap made. Let's open it, and we find some styrofoam inside. And as you can see, it's still really basic stuff. It's not a really good unboxing experience for this one, but you get the drone itself, and look at this thing, it's really cute. And also it's super light, I have to say. Wow, they made a great job on this. Then you get an extra straps, and these straps are really good, the ones with the hook, I love them. Then you get like this kind of tape to tape on the motors, so the motor wires don't go in the props. Very good. And then you get a foam sticker, so I guess it goes between the battery and the battery stays better in there. You get a couple of NamelessRC stickers right here, and you get 3016 gem fan props. These props are really good, I love them. And in fact, they are the ones I'm using on my DisonX, and we'll get in a while why I chose to review this drone, and you can already see why. And the weird thing is, it doesn't come with anything else, like nothing. It doesn't have hardware like screws, prop screws, it doesn't have anything. And that's weird, but I guess it's fine. Be sure to get spares, probably you will maybe need them. And here we have the drone itself. If it focuses, please, thanks. And it's really cool, the motors. I was really interested about the motors, because these motors are AMAX Inno 1303 motors, and on the website on Banggood it was written they were 4800 kV, but really they are 5000 written here. And another thing that is weird at this prop size is propellers are, you just pop them on like this, and they don't have prop screws, which is kind of weird, but I guess the drone is 63 grams without battery, it's really lightweight, it doesn't need screws. But really I wanna put, you know, a GoPro on it, like the DisonX, and that's why I got this drone. And I guess I will have to add propeller screws. Also, the shaft is one of the biggest I ever seen, and regular is like 1.5 millimeters, and this is 2 millimeters, just like the props. So I don't have propellers that go with it, and that's kind of weird for these motors. But I guess if you wanna have it snap on, bigger shaft is better. These motors are driven by a all-in-one board right here, and this board, it isn't written again on the website, but it's only 12 amperes, which is fine if it's light, but again, if I wanna put a GoPro on it, I will see how it goes. But probably these motors are kind of efficient because they are wider than usual. Like, I'm using 1106 on my DisonX, and these are 13, which are a couple millimeters more of stator, gives more torque. So I hope they behave just fine and they don't blow my asks. But we will see when I fly. For sure, it's plenty for flying like this. This is meant to be a toothpick, not a cinematic drone. So this drone is 110 millimeters diagonal, which is really small, And you can see the nice wrap right here. It has an XT30 connector, and the canopy is 3D printed, but it's really nicely made. Camera is a Runcam Nano 2, which is amazing camera. And the VTX inside is a 400 milliwatts VTX from NamelessRC, and it's really tiny but really powerful, and I can't wait to try it. Now, this comes without modules. You can get it with Crossfire, FrSky modules, FlySky, but I use R9 modules, so I'm cursed with having to always put my own receivers into stuff, because nobody uses R9, sadly. It's a really good setup, please use that. And you just untighten a couple of screws and everything comes off really nicely. So we can take a look at what's inside. And this is the VTX I was talking about. Look how tiny that is, and this is 400 milliwatts, that's crazy. Now, let me pop in a receiver for R9 and let's go fly this bad boy. And I forgot to tell you, the board supports 4S batteries, that's why I was so interested about this. And right here, that's really cool, this board is very well thought. And you have the pads for the RX. And this pad right here, the 5 volt for the RX, actually gets powered when you plug in your USB plug, which is amazing. Usually to connect and try your RX in Betaflight you have to connect battery, but this board powers your receiver automatically. It's amazing. To power with S-Bus you need to plug to 5 volt, ground, and this is the S-Bus. So keep this in mind. Also, this board is really cool for another reason, because it has a 2.5 amp battery eliminator circuit, which means it should be able to power the GoPro no problem. Amazing board, I like it. I hope the 12 ampere ESCs don't burn on this. And so I connected the R9 to the board like this, and now I'm just gonna push it under it, and there is enough space so it doesn't touch and it doesn't squeeze in underneath. If you have a long range setup, you can use these things. I have them on Thingiverse. You can print them out and they will hold your antenna tight and it doesn't move. And this tape helps avoid the motor wires getting into the props. And boom, it's done. Props are in. And now I'll just let you listen to the startup sound, because that's not usual, you know. Again. And I don't know why it makes that sound. Like, it's supposed to be running Betaflight and BLLS. So I don't know why the startup sound is like that. But I'm just gonna go to the laptop and discover why it does that. And then I'm gonna fly it. And now I'm outside, and I'm pleased to say the audio quality here is much better, because there is no echo going around. So, I went and bound this to my radio, I connected it to Betaflight, and actually it's using Betaflight, but the ESC, I guess it's BLLESC, but it's using some kind of probably JESC or something like that, because this thing is running RPM filtering. And actually, the thing I found out that surprised me is it's already configured, like RPM filtering already configured, the ESC already updated, Betaflight 4.1.1, it's amazing actually. Everything is the way that should be. So, should fly really good. Can't wait to try it. course, as soon as I start flying, it starts freaking raining. It's like I cannot fly in peace. I tried flying it, but my first impression is his name is correct. Powerstick is the perfect name. Because this thing, like, I gave it 1% of throttle, it shot into the sky super hard. And it's hard managing low throttle. Actually, I will lower low throttle, minimum throttle, because I feel like it could be lowered a lot. This thing, if you push, it pushes. It's like one of the fastest drone I ever tried. And, I mean, 4S, and it's 120 grams, 3-inch, and of course it pushes. Instant torque, and the flight experience is weird. It's not like any drones I have flight so far, because it goes and it's weird when you have to turn. I don't know how to describe it. I will fly more if it stops raining, and I'll let you know. And now I'm back. I spent the last hour figuring out why the power was so bad. Like, I had 25 milliwatt max and I couldn't change channel. So after a bit of research I discovered the VTX on this drone is locked, and you need to unlock it actually. So it uses trump and it doesn't have a button on it. So you need to use that like it's mandatory. So you just do that with your radio once your drone is it's on, and it enters your OSD. And in there you go to trump and you can change like settings for your VTX. But what you need to do to unlock, and if you look at the website, I will put a link, there is a manual you can check out. You go into pit mode and then you go on, off, on, off, on, off. And then your lights will change, you disconnect your VTX, you apply power, and then it works and you can change channel finally. One thing, why do you give us locked VTXs? Like, nobody wants to run at 25 milliwatts, everybody wants to run at 400 milliwatts, and even channels. Like there, 20 meters from you. No, it's not. I've been looking for it. VTX went out, I don't know why. I started looking for it with my radio, but it was giving me really good signal. I tried looking for the trees, and I looked like 100 meters of radius from here, also with my spark from the top. It has popping colors, so I should be able to see it, but nothing. And sadly now it turned off, so I don't know where it is really. But I still can give you my considerations about it. Packaging, you know, it's minimal, it's not the best, but it saves money for the product, so it's good. Inside the box you don't find much, like you find the drone, a couple of straps, that's it. There are no extra props, extra screws or stuff like that. But it's fine. Props, remember, have 2mm shaft, and it's not usual, so get an according pair. Then, talking about the drone itself, camera is good, motors are really good. Actually, for what I tried, I couldn't have low throttle, like even I set it up on beta flight, it didn't work. Like, it is super powerful, one of the most powerful drones I ever tried, because the power to weight ratio is just insane. And that's why I selected it to put a GoPro on it, because it has power to do so. Probably we'll never know. The sad spot is the VTX, really. It gave me an headache, and ultimately it was the reason I lost the drone. Because at first it was locked and I couldn't select E6, which is the channel I usually use, and it was locked at 25 milliwatts. And what usually is at 25 milliwatts, which is good. I mean, for 25 milliwatts it behaved really good. So, NamelessRC. If you're looking at this review, I'm kinda sad because I lost it. So, I'm open, I'll give you my address if you wanna send another one and make a DisonX out of it, if you're interested about this kind of stuff. As always, you'll find all the links and discounts in the video description. Stay safe and happy flying! even if today he was not so happy. Bye!